Hello and welcome to your West Ham against Burnley build-up show. 5 minutes till the lineups out, but if they are as rumoured, it's potentially exciting. I'm not going to lie, I'm excited, but we'll wait for official confirmation. But I'm excited, Gonzo.
We've all wanted to see a Jetty play, Geo, and I'm just surprised he sprung this upon us like this, particularly at left back, but it needed addressing.
And for those who haven't quite caught on, Gonzo there is winding you up. Do not fall for Gonzo's fishing. Anyway, the live chat, we'll have a quick chat with you for a couple of minutes before the lineups come out. So get your predictions in, your thoughts in, what you're hoping to see, what you don't want to see, get them in. We'll have a quick squiz. But how are you feeling, Gonzo?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm not in match mode yet, as you know, for reasons I just told you 2 minutes ago. But I'm getting there, mate. I'm getting there. I wasn't even going to wear this top. I got a new top, so I was going to put my new top on. But I haven't even got a chance to change, my friend. So, but then we're playing at home, so maybe I'll keep this one on. Decisions. But I'm all right. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. Really looking forward to the game. I like it a bit early. I don't like the old 8:15 thing, because it all just finishes too late. So at least I feel like, I sit down, relax, watch the game. Looking forward to it. What about you?
I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know why, because it's Burnley. Every time I think of Burnley, I think, oh, we're not going to win. But then when I think of how we've played the last 2 or 3 games, I think, I think we'll do all right here. Then we know what the lineup's probably going to be. I've seen that. I'm thinking, definitely fancy a little bit of this. It's getting me in the mood. I'm not sure about the early kick-off. It's almost too early, but the other one's too late because of the videos. Because of the videos we do, when we did the Chelsea one, it was about 1 a.m. before I got to my bed. Yeah. So that is a bit of a pain in the derriere. So we could have a 7 o'clock kickoff. That would be ideal. That would be good for... Nice, yeah. That would be a good balance. Adam Hinton says in the live chat, he thinks we're going to lose 2-0. But he might change his mind when we see the lineup. Chris is hoping that Antonio doesn't start because he don't think he has the legs.
What? He doesn't have them generally, or he's just played too many games?
Well, I don't know. Unless he's been amputated in the last 24 hours, I think he's...
But that would be a hindrance.
That would be a bit of a hindrance. I don't think he'd do very well with no legs.
His shooting might be slightly more accurate. I joke. He scored, of course. Or in Hots.
Otter of Despair is sick of being pumped by this lot. And then Adam was saying we would have drawn away to Burnley without Roberto. And Andrew there's putting in what is probably going to be the lineup. Ray's saying it's a good lineup, so the lineups are coming through. But the rumours are one change, and it's not Mark Noble. Were you worried about not Mark Noble starting? There was a general fear that he was going to be put in by David Moyes.
Well, I wasn't worried, as I spoke to you this morning, and I was. So I hadn't really considered it too much. It's funny, isn't it? You judge people sometimes by what you would do yourself, and it had never even entered my thinking that Noble would come in, because obviously him not being there had coincided with us playing better and the results being better, not just playing better, of course. So I hadn't even entered my mind that he might take someone out the middle and put Noble back in there, because I actually thought that there was I actually thought, as we did our breakfast show this morning, I thought the shape did change when he came on. I thought I thought Bowen, switched sides and the rest of it. I thought Bowen was deeper and all the rest of it. So I was worried once you said it, but now I'm not, because I know different.
Yeah, since I've said it's not Noble, but I was generally worried that he would try and bring Mark Noble in and sacrifice Lanzini for him, and then he would shuffle stuff about. And I just thought it was far too much fiddling with what is already working. Well, I think it's pretty much it could be a like for like. It could be alternating slightly between one other person, but no Mark Noble in the starting 11.
Who has been sacrificed?
Lanzini, which is
illegal and harsh.
It's the obvious one, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? If you take the starting 11 the last 2 games, which one's going to be dropped? You would have said Lanzini.
Yeah. I think it sends out a good signal, Joe. It sends out the 2 correct messages that you want to convey, which is, if you come off the bench and perform well as a substitute, you're in with a shout of being in the team for the next game. And the counter message is, if you come into the team and you play badly, then you're likely to lose your place. It's absolutely right. And the message is there with Lanzini, the message is there with Anderson, the message is there with Yarmolenko, and of course the message is there with Noble as well, albeit no fault of his own, Noble, because although he wasn't playing in the best of form, he missed out because of injury. But it's a case of, well, someone else has come in, taken your place, and now the team is that.
Yeah, I completely agree. You've got a reward. HL says something similar there. He says Yarmolenko deserves a start, and it sends a good message. You come off the bench and impact the game, you get rewarded. Thomas Long again is saying that if we can't beat an injury-riddled Burnley, we'll have played very poorly. I don't think it's as straightforward as that, though. I get what he's saying, but Burnley are just organised, regardless of who they play. Sean Dyche could probably second 11, and they will still be more organised than us, because their whole squad knows the whole role. The right back role is the same regardless of who players there. He doesn't change the role of the players. The only one player he might accommodate differently is McNeil, because he's so good. He sort of gives him a bit more of a looser rein, perhaps. And when you've got Chris Wood up front, it's a bit easier to go a bit more direct. But the lineups are out, and they are as expected. So just to run through the West Ham 11, we'll get onto the bench, because there's a bit of a surprise, but there's some good news on the bench. Fabianski in goal, a back four of Fredericks, Diop, Ogbonna and Creswell. Midfield 2 of Rice and Solchek, so nothing's touched at the back 6. And Tony up front. And then you've got a attacking midfield 3 of Fornals, Yarmolenko and Jared Bowen. Now, who goes where is obviously unknown. Apparently, Jared Bowen is the one in the number 10 role, which would then mean Fornals left and Yarmolenko in his favourite position on the right. But don't take that as gospel. That's more of an educated guess. But what's your first thoughts then? Yarmolenko in, Lanzini out.
Good. A big team, actually. We were a big, strong team. A lot of height in there, because he's 6'3", 6'4", Yarmolenko himself there. So that's really good, particularly if we are going to. We're going to have to counter an aerial threat from them. It gives us, as you alluded to this morning, an aerial threat if, for whatever reason, they shut up shop and go a goal ahead or something like that. It means we can swing the ball into the box. It gives us a long shooting threat. It gives us a bit of extra technique, which it shouldn't be that. You shouldn't be that Yarmolenko has more technique than Lanzini. I think when both at their best, no, but it's going to provide us more, because we're not seeing the Lanzini of old at the moment. So it's absolutely right. And I'm really pleased for him. I'm really pleased for Yarmolenko. If anyone deserves a run of games now, it's him. And when I say a run of games, he deserves to be injury-free. You know, he deserves to at least see out the rest of the season without injury, get a good, if they have a normal pre-season, I don't know how it'll work. But you know what I mean. It's good news. Yeah,
I'm delighted to see Yarmolenko start. I've been wanting to see him start for a while, because I think he's a fantastic player. I think he is our most clinical finisher at the club, even better than Haller. If you had to say to me, one of your players is one-on-one with the keeper, who do you want it to be? I'd pick Yarmolenko over Sebastian Haller any day of the week. I think he's probably our best shooter from distance as well, if that's a thing. If you were saying to me someone's way hit from 30 yards, who do you want it to be? Say Yarmolenko. I guess the problem is, if you say someone's way to run past the player, who do you not want it to be? I say Yarmolenko. He's not quite quick enough, but he's dangerous, and as a defender I would hate to play against someone like that can just make half a yard and do something, whether he crosses it, he passes it, he shoots, he tries a dinky pass, whatever. You don't know what he's going to do, and he doesn't need much room to do it. And the worst thing is, for a defender, he's capable of pulling any of them off. He's able to do all this stuff.
Again, probably not to be encouraged.
Maybe
or at football pitch or any pitch.
Maybe you'd enjoy being a defender against him. Then depends on your mood.
He's got a lot of work to get through there, because they're quite tight at the back, if you pardon the expression.
I'm just really pleased to see him in there. It'll be interesting to see if Bowen is in the number 10 role, because I think he's done quite well on the right. He's got 2 assists in his last 2 games from very identical bits of play out on the right hand side. Not too keen on Fornals being pushed out on the left again. I don't like him out there. However, I'll see the Burnley team in a minute, but if he is up against Phil Bardsley, then he's not going to get a slower right back all season. If he's getting outpaced,
he may die though. He may get assaulted.
Yeah, but he might
have to run away from Phil Bardsley.
No, he might have a broken leg, but if he gets outpaced by Phil Bardsley, then he's a lot slower than I thought. Like, my expectation of Fornals' pace isn't that great anyway, but I do think he should be able to keep up with Phil Bardsley. The bench, though, because there is good news here. Randolph, Johnson, Balbuena, Masuaku, Noble, Wiltshire, Lanzini, Ajeti and Sebastian Haller. So Haller's fit enough for the bench. I mean, this is just more good news, isn't it?
It is a good bench as well, Gio. Yeah, very good news. Particularly as we are concerned that at some point we're worried about Antonio's hamstrings and just how much workload he's having to get through. To have the big fella to come off the bench is wonderful, and to be there to maybe start the next game or whatever the case may be, give Antonio a rest. And it's a really, it just adds to what is a quality bench. You got threats from every area on that bench. I think it's fantastic, actually.
Even if we're defending, Sebastian Haller is a good player to bring on because he does do well defending set pieces. I think he's a brilliant option to have. I can see him coming on regardless of what the score is, essentially, and it means that we can rest Antonio, which is important because the last couple of games, Moyes has probably wanted to take Antonio off, just as he also doesn't want to put a Jetty on, so he's looking at his bench and I've got no one to put on here. At least now you can turn around on the hour mark if Antonio's struggling, say that's fine, I can put Haller on, get Antonio rested up, and you can go again against Norwich. The Burnley 11, it's as you'd expect: Pope in goal with Taylor, Tarkowski, Long and Bardsley as a back four. The midfield four is McNeil, Brownhill, Westwood and Peters, and up front Vidra and Rodriguez. Their bench, I haven't heard of a couple of these: Peacock, Farrell, Goodmanson, Wood, Brady, Thompson, Dunn, Benson, Goodrich and Glennon. No Ashley Barnes, but Chris Wood is on the bench. But an 11 you'd expect for Burnley.
Absolutely. Is Peacock Farrell one person with a double-barreled name, or are they two separate people?
It's a double-barrel name.
Is it really? Peacock Farrell? I like him. Do you know what? I'd sign him just on the strength of his name, quite frankly.
I think he's the keeper. I could be wrong. I think he's a sub-keeper. They might have two sub-keepers.
Two goalkeepers. We're never going to score if they've got two goalkeepers in the goal. That's for sure.
Well, the keepers have got three names between them as well.
But I do like a lot of goalkeepers, Burnley. So many. No wonder they released Joe Hart, 'cause they've probably got 5 now. Do you know what the funny thing is? The starting 11.
It just screams hard working, though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's very beige.
It just screams. They will give 100%. You're in for a battle here. Eric Peters is playing left midfield, so that's a left back in left midfield. So Fredericks is going to have his work cut out going forward, because normally a left midfielder tracks him and they tend to be a bit lazy and let him run forward. He's not going to get that tonight with Eric Peters, which is a shame because Yarmolenko cuts in and gives Fredericks that room out there. They do have possibly one of the best partnerships in our starting 11, those two, but unfortunately he's got Peters running after him. On the other side, Creswell's up against McNeil, so he's going to be on the ball really, which is difficult because McNeil's left footed, so he's going to try and cut inside more than go down the line. He's going to try and keep coming in, so someone's going to have to Solchek probably is going to have to just keep an eye on Alex Creswell because that's the main guy, that's who they want to get the play through. But there's no surprises tonight for David Moyes. This is what I said to you earlier. There's no surprises. I sent to Charlie in preview last night. This 11 is the same 11 that started for Burnley. Moyes has to be prepared for this 11 and he has to be prepared for all situations. There's no surprises in there. But anyway, what's your thoughts? You've got both teams now. What are you thinking? You feeling a win yet? You never gave me a prediction earlier, so I don't really know what you were.
Well, I wasn't in the video.
No, in the breakfast video. I normally ask you.
You do you? Oh, interesting. I hadn't even thought of one. Not only did you ask, I hadn't actually thought of one.
Are you
I think it might be a 0-0. I think it might be a 0-0, Geo, actually. I think a low-scoring game and, defence is on top. I'll take that. I mean, it's quite funny, actually, because, obviously, as Mike was pointing out in his video on Monday, we just concede 2 goals every game now. So there's no evidence to suggest that we would concede none. But I don't know. It has that feel of a 0-0 draw about it. I hope not. I hope it's a humdinger. 3-2 win West Ham. I'll take that. But yeah, I think 0-0. But I'm looking forward to it, despite the fact I'm expecting quite a dull and unentertaining game.
Yeah, I'm not expecting too much fun and joy watching this one. I think it'll be a hard game for both teams. I think it'll be hard for the fans to watch, to be honest with you. And there's a reason Sky Sports didn't pick it. They had the first dibs for the matches. And there's a reason they let BT have this one, and it's not really. And that's when they picked it. We were still in a relegation battle at the point, so even with the whole relegation thing, they still didn't fancy it. They still thought, "No, you're all right. We'll let that one go." I think it'll be low scoring, but I know we don't keep clean sheets of that. We conceded 2 games since we come back, but Burnley haven't been scoring loads of goals. They do have Wood on the bench, so I mean that's a worry because he's going to come on at some point because the subs he came on at the weekend. The subs Dyche has been making reluctantly is the senior players only, so we're not going to see. I can't even remember half of them. We might see Goodmanson. We'll probably see Chris Wood. Brady's on the bench, which is interested. He's normally quite decent. But apart from that, I think that's the only subs we'll potentially see. Burnley won't make 5 subs tonight. So this is where I just hope Moyes uses his bench correctly. If he uses his bench well, I think we win this. He's got options on there. Alio, Wiltshire, Lanzini, they're decent players. Even Masuaku, if we need a bit more, if we're struggling, put Masuaku on for Creswell, because they're a very attacking left back. If we're having to break them down kind of thing, because Burnley will sit in, they're going to be happy to sit in and say, what are you going to do? And it's up to us to come up with something. But I'm feeling good, Gonzo. I'm still feeling a win. I'm still feeling a West Ham win. Just 1-0. But I'm feeling alright. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing. I'm just smiling. I'm just happy, you know.
Last time I said this with the Chelsea game, you laughed at me then and you put me off predicting a West Ham win. I wish I kept my bollocks about me and went for it, but I didn't.
I'm laughing today, and maybe we get a win today. You predicted it. Hopefully Peacock and Farrell don't come off the bench and spoil it for us, mate.
To tell you what I don't want to see is that as Charlie at the very end of the preview, tell you what I don't want to see. Don't want to see Antonio going to take a long throw and throwing it short. Nothing winds me up more. He did it twice against Newcastle, and one of them he threw it to Creswell. I think Creswell lost the ball immediately. Diop was in the 6-yarder, and Newcastle were running towards our half. I don't want to see that. To be honest with you, long throws against this team probably isn't the wisest option either. They'll be fine. They'll be up for it. Luckily, they've got Ben Mee missing. That's a big miss. Me and Cork missing for Burnley is huge. So we are up against a very... What's Burnley side missing 3 or 4 of their main players here? We won't get a better opportunity. This is the right time to play Burnley. They've not been able to rotate. We've got to go for it, Gonzo. And if we win, I can almost taste survival. We won't need much more points. We will not need more. Because we've got an invisible point, don't we, with the goal difference? It's an invisible point. So yeah, anyway, will we start wrapping this up? Or you got anything else you'd like to add before we disappear?
No, I want to go and have something to eat before the game.
Yes.
Give me some energy. Do you know what I mean? Get some carbs inside me so it can sustain me through the boredom of the 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think you need something to keep you awake. A bit of coffee or something just to
caffeine.
Red Bull. Get you something just to livened up a little bit.
On the grass like the team, I'll be all right.
And I think you need to stand up when you're watching the game as well, because if you sit down, you're more inclined to doze off, aren't you? So I think you have to watch the game standing.
I'll stand the whole time.
Anyway, Tom and Charlie are ready to go live in a minute. When we finish this, they're going to go live and do a watch along. So if you haven't watched the game, you can tune into them. They'll give you a little rundown of how the match is going, what's happening in the match, and they're very interactive with the live chat, unlike me and Gonzo. But we like to keep this short and sweet. And me and Gonzo will be back with a review immediately after full time, hopefully celebrating 3 points and not far off survival, I have to say, if we win. If we win, almost there, Gonzo. So I shall see you at full time.
You will. Catch you later.
Right, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Tom and Charlie are coming up live in just a second. Go back to the channel, youtube.com/Ham Chat, and it'll be there in 1 minute. Catch you in a bit.
Hello guys, how you doing? It's me, Jack, mate. You've just finished watching probably one of the best videos on YouTube. So why not take a moment to consider subscribing? And if you haven't already, hit the like button and turn the notification bell on. Apparently it helps. I don't know how. It was a good one though, wasn't it?